Yes, networks and exchanges have indeed become a staple of the interactive advertising marketplace. Yes, there's certainly an abundance of new opportunities to use these tools to meet and exceed business objectives. But they've also continued to be a source of confusion, especially for our customers. Today, our goal is to alleviate at least some of that confusion by focusing not on a soup of acronyms, and you all know what they are, but on actionable insights about how brands and publishers can use these tools to do better business today and tomorrow sustainably. We titled this event, "It's Time to Stop Digital on Digital Crime." And what we meant by that is as digital reaches maturity, it becomes imperative that this intensely competitive sector move focus away from fighting over margin scraps and focus on a larger purpose: the reduction in complexity, the assurance of quality, and a commitment to putting consumers first and marketers pretty close to first. With the drumbeat in Washington getting louder and louder, there has never been a more important time to coalesce this segment of the industry. And that's just what we hope to spark here today. We have a very exciting lineup, from industry-leading analysts to senior brand marketers to a high-ranking official from the Federal Trade Commission. But before I move us into the program, I'd like to share with you a few important IAB initiatives. First and foremost, you will notice some of your fellow attendees wearing ribbons on their badges which say QAG. These folks are representatives from the first 18 companies that have been certified and are compliant with the IAB's Quality Assurance Guidelines, or QAG. These guidelines were released in April to enhance buyer control over ad placement and context. This first of its kind compliance mechanism is the only industry-endorsed mechanism, industry-endorsed certification program that exists today. Only companies that undergo rigorous training, conduct an extensive internal audit, and assign a compliance officer to ensure they maintain the IAB's Quality Assurance Guidelines receive a compliance seal. You'll hear more about this program over the course of the day, and detailed information on how your company can participate can be found at the IAB booth outside this room. I encourage you all to take this very, very seriously. This is for your own safety, your revenue growth, your profitability, and really the sustainability of this segment of the industry as a self-regulated body. I'd also like to mention that the IAB recently established our Data Council, which is working to increase transparency in a complex and rapidly evolving segment of the industry. Last year, I think you all know, we published the industry's first ever primer on data usage and control. Great resource for understanding the data ecosystem. It included a list of data best practices, a glossary of terms. It outlines the areas which are creating friction in the marketplace. You can pick up your version at the IAB table or download it from the IAB website. This year, the Data Council will be working to transform this primer and the findings into sets of best practices, and also use the primer and its findings to inform the next wave of negotiations around the standard industry T's and C's.